Yes, I was one of my husband and I were the founding members of the move. And it was a great company, it was growing, and then it sold to RX and we turned into Partner Co. The product is wonderful. The business is wonderful. It has changed my life for the better. My husband died 10 years ago, and when he died, I let the business die. I had to build it back. So I'm still building. But this is a strong business. Like I said, we've been in it since 2004. Or not this business, but Lehman. And there's nothing out there like this. I looked at a lot of places. There's nothing like the pay plan, and there's nothing like the camaraderie of where we can all work together, but have our separate incomes. So it's just awesome. And I gotta thank you guys for doing so much. And that the IPA call. If you're not on that IPA call in the mornings, find a way to get on it. I tell you,
Tell Kristen that.
That's all. It's amazing.
That's our biggest training.
We're working out of that.
Okay. Does anybody in here have a chicken list of people that are scared to tell the business food? Like, I don't know how to approach those people. So out of the people that I know in my family, the next couple coming up are the most successful. Like long before I was ever in business, his dad, his whole family, his dad, Jerry's dad and my granddad were brothers. And growing up, that family was kind of my idol. When I watched them work at 5 a.m., I watched them work at dark. They like never weren't working, and they were always working for themselves. So I watched him, become an adult. He started his own telephone company. At one time, he had tens of thousands of long distance and internet customers in the state of Mississippi. They all have owned I think it's the second largest flea market in the country for his entire life. They just bought the Jackson Flea Market. They now have the Jackson Flea Market too. They are at one point the number 2 or 3 largest fireworks distributors in the Southeast. So in my mind, I always knew they'd be great at this, but I didn't know how to approach them about a $29 business. Like they're the ones I've always grown up trying to imitate. But another mutual cousin of ours knew Allison, and Allison was a little bit heavier at the time and told this girl that she was going to get stomach surgery. And Danessa said, "No, you're not. You're going to meet with Todd and get on these skinny drops." So I was like, when I found out they were willing to listen, I literally left Nashville and went 4 hours out of the way just to meet with them. I drove there, spent the night, got up the next morning. And when I showed them, I got exactly what I expected. Todd, there's no way we're working the business. We are too busy. I know they're too busy. I know what they do. But I also know how this business grows on people. So I've learned just meet people where they are. So I got on the product, start taking it. And matter of fact, me telling what happened from there, I'll just let you guys share what happened from there.
Thank you, Doug. So you pick it up from there. You needed some help, and what happened from there?
I started the drops and I lost 45 pounds.
There we go. We just started this really just for our own help. Really did. I mean, I had the jobs, they're all over the phone company. Now 30 years old. We had all that. I had 60-something employees there, 40-something employees at the flea market. So we were managing a lot of people, and that's a lot of energy trying to manage a lot of people because it seemed like there was always a problem.
Always a problem.
But as the health goes, though, I mean, that was our only focus at the beginning, just really to help.
I felt terrible. Terrible. I don't know how many of y'all just felt terrible.
Yeah.
That there was no hope.
Yes.
I was there. Thank you, Todd. And thank you, Danessa. They introduced us to the drops. I'm off all my medications, and we got our life back.
That's right. Got my wife back, right?
I'm nice.
But I'm here to talk though really about the business because, and I was telling Allison when we were eating supper last night, and as this started, we didn't have time, wasn't gonna do it, you know. I wrote us into going to Destin. I had some kids down there, just had a new baby. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go down there. We can spend time with the baby. I'll blitz into this thing, you know, I'll wave at Todd, and we'll zip out and go play, you know, and go poop kind of deal. But we got there, we had a blast. I mean, we just started meeting people and Kim Grays and, you know, all the people that had these stories. And we were mesmerized. My kids were mesmerized. They didn't want to go to the pool. They wanted to just stay and watch all this. It was
They,
crazy.
they even watched on Zoom because we had a baby there. And so one went to the meeting and the other one watched for Zoom.
Yeah, so that was the rotation in and out of the thing. So it was really, really amazing on that. So when we left there, and Todd didn't know our story. I mean, he comes into a business, you know, meets in our conference room, you know, all the high tech stuff. But he didn't know our story. But coming back out of there, we didn't have the money. We come in at 200 points. Period. That's what Todd told us on 200 points. I figured that was enough to do what we needed to do. But we left that meeting and we were driving back 5.5 hours. So we were talking about it and we decided, you know, if we're gonna do it, we gotta go all the way. So that's what we said, we'll go all the way. So I took a credit card that I had way too much of a balance on, okay? I didn't know that. It's one of those, you know, where you see the news where or the commercials where if you got 10,000 or more.
Don't feel
call this
bad.
number. That was us. Okay, yeah, so at that time, that was my main, as Kristen said, my main hustle was right there. Allison's main hustle was that right there. So this was paying me, you know, perks and everything. That was 80 to 100,000, depending on how it worked out. But that was my main hustle. And the government saw fit for a power company to start doing internet phone business. So they diverted taking money from me. I had to pay in for them to give it to other companies. And I can go on the soapbox on that one, but so my income went away. All of a sudden, you know, I'm without income. That's why that 3 kids through the University of Mississippi for $368,000. You know, I was wiped out. And I was doing, it was like that paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I wasn't getting a paycheck. It was month to month, month to month. And I tell people, you know, you broke at different levels. You know, I had a ride, it was paid for, couldn't go buy another one, but for sure, I had to keep that one fixed. But, you know, having done all that, we went ahead and bought ourselves into Ultimate. And I tell everybody, don't do what I needed, you know, that's your choice, but it was the best decision we ever made. Don't you think? So, yeah. And, you know, I got asked this by Fred Duff, you know, as an older man or whatever, you know, what would you tell somebody about getting into this business, you know? And I tell, because where I was, I mean, I really didn't realize we were chasing jobs that nobody else would do because we needed the money. You know, we were working night and day because we had to work night and day. It wasn't an option. You know, we didn't have time to get sick. We got sick. We drank Alka-Seltzer Plus, BC powders, and we just kept going because you couldn't stop because the paycheck had to keep rolling. But anyway, I'm sitting there and I was telling Allison last night, I was thinking, how was it my main hustle? I was 40 years old, running a phone company, thousands of customers, like you said. And I'm hiring a guy come needing a job. He's 55 years old. And his company had just closed the door. And I'm thinking, man, that's tough, 55. You know, you got just a few years left before you're retired. I'm going to put a lot of training in. I'm really going to teach you all I need to do in a high-tech world. Can you even keep up in a high-tech world? And then, you know, how long are you going to be here? And so I'm sitting there thinking, man, that'd be rough. I hired him. Okay, didn't need to, but I hired him. Turned out great. He was really great. He had experience. He had all the things you wanted. Problem was, he just didn't stay long enough. You know, he had to go. So here I was, 55. Todd walks in. My job just went away, and that money went away. So I'm thinking, man, I was in that guy's shoes. You know, what are you going to do? And it's tough. That's a tough feeling. But anyway, we turned it around and got into this. And
How did you feel? How did you feel?
how did I feel?
When your income of 100,000 or 70,000 went away? How did you feel?
Other than bitter and mad and a bunch of other things. You know,
I was bitter and mad.
You were bitter, man.
'Cause I wanted some money. I needed some money.
But, you know, and here's another funny story too. She went to see her mom. She was in a facility in Frankfurt. And the car that we were given, because we couldn't afford one, right? We were given, broke down. And the repair was $3,200. So here's the story on the car. If you got money to fix it, it don't break. It's just when you can't afford to fix it is when it breaks. Okay. So we had to borrow money to get her car fixed, to get her back home, to get to work. So we couldn't miss the paycheck. But nobody knew all that, but it was fine. It was good. You know, we were rolling and building all this back. And so every day I just tried to squeeze in a few minutes because we had multiple businesses and doing all this. I still had to keep my day job, still do. But we squeezed in minutes. Minutes turned into hours. Yeah. Minutes turned into hours, you know, and now, you know, we spend a good portion of our day doing this, but it's also 1/3 of our income or better, you know. So it really did turn around in a big sort of way. And I thank Todd for that. Ashley, she came in and poured into us so much into these teams that work, you know. Christy was asking, you know, did it really take off when, you know, Brittany joined? Yes, it did. You know, I had spent all my time building my sister's side, really. We were going to meetings with her. We built her a great little team, you know. Gary, all that bunch, you know, all on that team right there. I wasn't building this other side, that's the pay side, till I hit Brittany. Actually put her in the business a year before she ever started. You never know who's going to work for you. It's the power of one. I've heard that said a bunch of times. The power of one. And another big tip, and Todd said it today too, and Ashley as well. The first event we went to, Brett Palmer was there. He was in Lehman, right? And he said, how did I make it to the top of Lehman? He's the only one that didn't quit. So I urge everybody, it don't cost you nothing. Wherever you are, if you've already paid your $29.95, it don't cost you a dime to keep talking about things and to keep pushing and signing people up. And then one day, it'd be like our hairdresser. I call her up at the better term. Obviously, you can basically get a lot of.
In this is it's really difficult for a man to be vulnerable. And in the real world, you have to hide your discrepancies because in the corporate dog eat dog world, the strongest survive. Like I always say, business and winning is non-discretionary and it is not fair. It goes to the fittest. But our business is very different. The more vulnerable you are with your real life, the more you resonate with people because guess what? His story is not the abnormal. His story is the norm. Like the majority of the people we've had in our business the last couple of decades are broken, middle-aged couples that at one time were kind of on top of the world, but whatever it was, they got laid off in the $300,000 a year in corporate America. Now they can't even find $100,000 a year in corporate America. It's like this is a safe haven for people to go rebuild their lives and build a residual income and time freedom this time. And be able to do it part-time as they keep paying their bills, not bring additional debt into their life. Next up is another one of those different scenario, but became a single mom and was crying yesterday with us. We were in meetings with her in Missouri yesterday because like she's been at the bottom and she now believes she can make it back to the top. But she's also become one of our very best trainers on how to actually do the business on social media, use the digital business cards and things like that. So Miss Melissa from Dexter, Missouri.
Thank you guys for having me here. This is such an honor. I was here several months ago in this very room learning from everybody. So it's an honor to be speaking here today. My name is Melissa Jones. Sometimes I'll pop up on Zoom as Mojo. That was my nickname years ago, long before Mojo was Mojo. But you may see me pop up like that. While he's getting like this.
Does anybody see Melissa?
All right, so I'm just going to go through some tips and tricks here for you. So this is actually a picture that I took in my vehicle just to get a headshot. The sun was shining, just wanted to get a good picture of me. So let me just run through here real quick. So one of the things that I want you to do is get just a clear headshot of just you. No significant other, no children, nothing in the background, you know, party in the back. We're gonna cut all of that out. We want all the business in the front. We're gonna keep that going. So let people see your face, your smile, because why? We've all heard it. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So make sure that you have that confident smile, the eyes, everything going with your social media. I just want to show you a few pictures of mine. So this is my Facebook here. And you can see my picture is the same across everything that I have. All of my social media, you're going to find the same picture. If I change picture in one spot, I'm going to go through and change that picture everywhere. It's super simple to upload your picture into each one. Just make sure that you have that done. This one is my TikTok on the top and then Instagram on the bottom. This is something that I just recently saw. So ask me about. That's something that's going to be showing in your stories. So you can put that little note in there, and I put in, you can put, ask me about the skinny drops, ask me about the hormone drops, however, happy drops, however you want to say that. But that's something that I recently saw there. It stays in there for 24 hours, and then you can change it, put something else in there, or put that back up. These are my pay apps. So this is one of the reasons why I want you to understand how huge it is for you to have your picture there. Make it match. I was in a meeting with somebody one time. We had been talking back and forth. I talked to another lady about buying the drops. I'd already told her how much it was going to be, how much shipping, things like that. I went into a meeting with somebody. I was only there for 10 minutes. By the time I come out, she had messaged me numerous times. She's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pay you. I want them. Well, before I could get back to her, she went over to one of my pay apps, found me. She knew that it was me because the picture matched. She paid me the amount, sent me another message, said, I already paid, here's my address. She had it taken care of without me having to go back and talk to her. So, like and see, you're gonna see their mojo. So you're gonna see that on my Venmo, Cash App, and then again on my PayPal. All right, I want to talk to you about the business card, the digital business card. This is not something that I came up with. This is something that Rob did. What's Rob's last name? What is it? Warnick. Okay. So he brought this to everybody, and it's something that I have utilized. So this is the website. It's the website that you're going to go to, mybizcard.store. I have always struggled with keeping a regular card. I never had those at times whenever I needed them. I was always fumbling around, couldn't find them in my purse, they would get bent, you know, all the things. So I went ahead and tried this, and it is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. So you're going to go to the website, mybizcard.store. In the upper left-hand corner, the hamburger, you're going to click on that, and then it's going to take you, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the screen. And at the bottom, you're going to see where the brand partner says $12.97, and you're going to register there. Once you click on that, it's going to have the how to create your account. You're going to fill in everything. He's done a marvelous job putting this together where you just have to fill in the blanks. And then over here, whenever you create the card, you can name it whatever you want to. So I have, you can do like one for the Slenderize. You can do one for MOA, one for your business. So I just threw in there all about that business. Once you do that, it's going to bring you to the main landing page. You can preview your card. You can do the contact manager. There's tutorial videos for everything that is on there. You can go back and watch the video. Once again, my profile picture, exactly the same. Then what I did, so you know how on Facebook you've got the big picture at the top? So I went and pulled a picture. I pulled this one from the partner code. I think it was from their website or from Facebook or something. I pulled that and plugged that in. Now you can also, he has pre-built in there other pictures. You can do before and after pictures. Just by simply clicking on the images or videos, you can upload a video as well. And so whenever it's put together, this is what it looks like at the top of the business card. So as you go through, you can enter in as much information as you want to, or you can leave it blank. You can put in brand partner or your title, and I just write advanced. That title as you go, and keep going up, or you can leave it as brand partner, however you want to do that. I have left there, for personal reasons, I have decided to leave my physical address or mailing address off of that. You can decide what you want to do with it, however. And again, it doesn't matter if you put that in there or not. What I do want to stress here, anytime you make a change in that business card, always go to update, 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 update. If you miss that part and you're out somewhere and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't get that in there, why is that not showing? Always go down and click that update button. And then you'll see right here, it says section tutorial. Every section that he has made in this digital business card, there's a short clip to tell you how to put that together. And then you can link in your buttons, like the linked buttons there, so you can put your YouTube, your Facebook, Instagram, all of your links to all of your other social media platforms, TikTok, things like that you can put in there. Now, as far as the theme goes for mine, I have left it the same. So he has matched the color, the green, and I'm just leaving mine just like that. I want it to be the partner code green. So it is that. You can change the colors up if you want to. But I don't know, I kind of like to leave it the same, match the partner code. All right, update, update, update. I can't stress that enough. Okay, and so then whenever you go back to preview the card, down here at the bottom, it's going to say add images and videos. This is where I go through and add in like your personal testimony and then attach a video, something from the company and put a picture in and attach a video. I'm going to show you that right here. So this one is from the Partner Co. YouTube page. So I took a screenshot of Dr. Ray Strand. This is going to give us some credibility here. So I took this screenshot of Dr. Ray Strand. On the left-hand side, you're going to see how you fill that in. The title, the Partner Co. difference. Once again, that's credibility for me coming from the doctor and from the Partner Co. Filled in, Dr. Ray Strand explains why he recommends our products to his patients, and all they have to do is click on learn more. It takes them straight over to YouTube, and that video pops up. All right, can you pull up my digital business card here? I don't know.
Where do I find that?
I sent it to you in a text.
Oh, you do?
I just want to kind of show you what mine looks like. It was the one where the text with me, you, and I. It was right about that. There we go. Okay, so whenever it's all put together, this is actually what it looks like. You have a couple of different options whenever you're speaking to somebody. So the other day, we were going into a meeting. The waitress, I went in early and met with the waitress, and we were standing there talking. She could not physically pull her phone out. So I got her information, put it into my phone, name, number, and then I hit share my info. And whenever you do that, it just see how it says copied. And then I just went over to a text message, put it in that text to her, my digital card automatically uploads. Now, there was a scenario here a few weekends ago. I was with a large group of ladies. We were sitting around talking. We were on the side-by-side ride. Everybody whipped their phone out. They did the QR code. So everybody was scanning my card with their code, with that code, and it uploaded into their phone. So they automatically had that there. Now, if they do that, I always have them go right here where it says request more information. That's going to send me their name, their phone number, and their email address, and that I can put that into my contacts right away. The very first thing that I have here on the orange screen is the ingredients list. Most people want to know what's in it. That's like one of the first questions that I get asked is, what is in that? So they can click on that, it's gonna open up, and it's gonna go through each thing that's in both bottles. The next thing is the partner code difference, what's in it for you, which is another video. And then I've got linked in a few of my things. So my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then 3 different ways that they can pay. So they can take it, you know, there's a choice. They'll say, okay, how do you want me to pay you? Well, it's in my digital business card, choose one of those 3. They click on it and then send me that amount. This is one thing that I love, absolutely love this part. So you can pull testimonies from your customers, other brand partners, put it into the card. You can change that at any time. It's just a rolling, rotating, I call it just like another validation that things are working for other people. It's not just me telling them that it's working. So I use people's first name and then last initial, and then, but again, you can change that as much as you want to. And then here at the bottom is that partner code difference, the Dr. Ray strain, what I was just telling you about earlier. The next thing is the slenderized drops. I just took a screenshot of that off of our website, put that up there, just a little blurb of information. And then the learn more takes them over to Dr. Crystal's video explaining about what the drops are. And then I have to include my testimony, my personal testimony. I want people to know why I've taken it, what I've been through, things like that. And then they can click on a video there. And if you look at the very bottom of the screen is like they can click on the phone to call me, send me an email, or go directly to my website. It is all there. Again, this is not something that I come up with. This is Rob's thing, but it is phenomenal. You've always got your phone with you. You know, I go into the store, I'm not always carrying a purse. I'll take my keys, I'll put my money in my back pocket over here, my phone's over here. So if I run into somebody, I can always pull my phone out, and then they have my card information. I've got their phone number, and we can talk later. So that's what I have. Thank you.
All right, next we have some more training on launch parties and boards. So again, just being able to get your business started. And I'm bringing up Talia. She is very equipped with boards. She's very good at drop selling. And she has done a launch party with Jennifer. And I have to say, I was at that launch party and Jennifer was our only guest there. So I think that goes a long way to show that what Jerry said is one person, you're only one person away from changing the course of your business. So this is Talia. Hi, guys.
If you can't hear me, tell me. I'm not very good at holding the mic up. All right. So whenever you sign up as a brand partner, we are going to show you boards. It's our app where we're going to download the System of Growth. Someone can send it to you, and it's going to show you everything that you need. Okay? It's got all videos. It's got your Dr. Crystal video, Dr. Ray Strand, your social media launch. Like, whenever you first sign up, you might not be very confident in posting all the time, your own personal stories, anything like that. So boards make this very easy for you. You go in, it's got a 7-day launch, and then you just copy and paste. Picture, text, picture, text. Same thing with questions. When someone messages you and says, what are the drops? You just copy and paste all through it. Very easy ingredients list, everything like that. If any updates, they just automatically happen. Very, very simple.
I'm following you.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm trying to read this at the same time.
No, I'm following you.
Okay. Anyways,
She didn't build a PowerPoint. I'm just trying to find slides if that's what she's saying.
no, I don't know how to do a PowerPoint. Maybe in 5 years. But anyways, so that's boards basically. It's basically teaches yourself. You just go through it, practice, send messages to your husband, send messages to your teammates. Questions, like I said, they're all there. You get hard things, you got clinical trials in there, anything like that. That's what the app looks like right there. And then someone, like I said, will send you for you to download the system of growth that we use.
If you want to follow this, this is a training that Sarah, which Sarah's supposed to be here next time. Okay. So yeah, so if you want to just tell them how to do it, like, nobody does this better than Talia. Like, I did a Zoom for her last night, so I had to get some pictures, and I went to her Facebook and scrolled to get pictures for the Zoom. And I was like, this is picture perfect. So will you share like the 9 and 3 and boosting and all that stuff?
Yes, at 9 and 3, that's when we post. Okay, you can schedule these posts on your social media. At night, I schedule mine every night when I put my daughter to sleep, because she don't go to sleep unless I'm sitting in her rocking chair. So while I'm sitting there, I utilize that and I schedule my posts 9 a.m., 3 p.m. After you schedule your post, what I do then is I boost. Okay, we do have a boosting group. You will share your post to the boosting group. Then all other brand partners see that post, they comment on it, and then your algorithm bumps that post constantly after someone comments on it. So that's another reason it's very easy and very important to follow these, because it all just boosts everything all together. Simple, easy, and in 5 minutes at night. That's my husband, by the way. He's down 14 pounds in 6.5 weeks.
We're just scrolling her page, so you can see what she's doing nonstop.
I used to only post at 9 and 3, but recently I've learned from Carla, we all learn from each other, that if you post all in between. So now I find myself posting sometimes 4 to 5 times a day. If somebody doesn't want to see it, they can leave. But until then, I'm going to continue to post. A lot of people then will just say that you are a real person. So just try to keep it real. I have a hard time doing that sometimes because I do have kiddos in the background.
This type of post is one of the #1 things you want to do. Share what that is. It's a testimony.
What the post is, or just?
Yeah, the testimony, how you took the screenshot of the testimony.
When I do my check-ins and people send you their testimony, what they like about the drops, what it does, screenshot it. Now unless they tell you that you can use their name, you can share that or whatever, just edit in your photos, take the name out, take their picture out, because they do have the name in the picture. And I always just go through here and put their testimony, because this is what people want to see. You know, they see before and afters all the time. But, you know, some people will be like, well, how do we know? We don't even know that person. It can go on and on. So whenever they see the words like that, especially blood work, medications coming off of, that's not me saying that they've come off their medications. That's them. So those are very important. Personal testimonies. Screenshot them, edit it every time. The picture where you did see where I typed out if you want to know about the drops, getting them at a discount or for free. I've actually been doing that here lately because we do hold team conversion meetings during the week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well at night. And I've actually gotten lots of hits off that. So you think that people aren't going to comment or anything like that. And I've had a lot of people come in and just post an emoji, you know, and that just, even if they don't come back to you right then, you just got to keep on doing it. Todd did his Zoom with me the other day, and I've been trying to get this lady for like 3 weeks. we finally got her in.
So let's talk about the conversion script that you used.
Okay, Todd has his own that he sends, and he tells us you have to keep it simple.
You have one. I'll type it for you.
Very similar.
Everybody says,
It says, would you like to know how to get them at a discount or for free?
so you, okay.
That is it. I don't add anything. I don't add.
Say
Yeah, that's it. Would you like to get them at a discount? Would you like to know how to get them at a discount or for free? Not if you're interested. Do not leave an open-ended question. You have to know a yes or a no. They're either going to ghost you. That's okay. They'll either come back or I'm going to reach out again. But you have to just keep it keep it non-open-ended. Because when I first started, I didn't have the confidence that I have today, and it was all open-ended. If you're interested in these drops, just let me know, and I'll show you how to do it. Now, point blank, let me know if you're interested or if you want to get them for free or at a discount. Or do you? That's it. Do you? Yes or no?
When do you send it?
I send this after I get the second good answer. They're loving their drops. Now, I have done this on a first one. Miss Gwen, I had her on the other night. She's one of my guests or one of my customers, and Todd did it. I gave her the option on her first one. Why? Because she was down 8 pounds in 3 days. So with a good win like that, what does Todd always say? Money like speed. Let's go. She's ready.
Okay, so this is, what I'm asking her now is, this is where a lot of people mess up. When they say, yes, I'm interested, if you share that moment, you lose. So it's very important at that moment to set an appointment. So now share how you set the appointment with those 2 ladies.
All you do then is say, when do you have 10 minutes tops, and I'll show you. I don't say anything about a link until after they give me a time. Whether or not that's, we're gonna set a time or we're gonna get together, you're gonna let me know. That's all you say. Don't say, well, we're gonna send a Zoom link and I'm gonna show you this and that and it won't take too long. Don't say any of that. When do you have time? Even if they don't give you an answer right then, they will. Keep reaching back out. You do your follow-ups. I know that you see in your messages, all that. I know when I do my follow-ups, I go back through messages, through my messenger. I don't even write it down anymore. I used to, but now I just go back all the way through my messages to like the end of last year. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Even if they haven't reached out, they haven't got a box, they've fallen off. Hey, I know you've fallen off. I haven't heard from you in a minute. I was hoping that you were doing great on your wellness journey. I'm here if you need anything. Then, hey, I have fallen off. You're right. Maybe I should start my drops back. So just keep that grind going and check in with them. It is all about the relationship. So even if they don't come back or they fall off or you're like, oh, well, I don't think they like the drops. I don't think they're going to come back. Just keep building your relationship. That's what it's about. They want accountability. They want to know. I dropped off a box this morning at Chick-fil-A at 7 a.m. She had fallen off, but she's back on because I reached back out. She didn't reach back out to me. It's all about that.
Yeah, so you get the yes and you set the appointment to a Zoom or a 3-way call. Walk through that.
Yes. So if some people don't know how to Zoom, they don't know how to have the app, or at the last minute, they don't really realize that it's a Zoom. They're like, I can't do it right now. I don't have Wi-Fi or something else. I ran into that recently. So then can you hop on a 3-way call? I did a 3-way call for one of my other partners the other day. It's really simple. Once you do the 3-way, you just walk them through it, just as you would if you were on the Zoom. You don't have to do everything specifically, but just as you would any other time, you just tell them. Some people need more love than others. Some of them want to know a little bit more about the business, but you just 3-way call or Zoom. But it's all about setting the time. Don't say anything else about it. When the time comes, what I do is when the time comes and you're ready to hop on the Zoom call, if they can't get on the Zoom call, get a 3-way right now. We're going to dial you in right now.
And they say, yes, I want to join. Now what do you do with them?
You want to join the company?
Yeah, they want to pay the $29.95 and get a discount. What do you do with them now?
Well, I'm going to get all their information right then. I'm going to be like, all right, I've just got a couple questions for you. You shoot me over. It's going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to get you your login. Then I'm going to send them the PartnerCo website. Then you're going to make them download the Boards app, whatnot, get their product. What do you want to go in at? If you need more boxes, how long do you want to be on this product? What is your goal? Now, I used to not do that. Now I'm a little more confident leaning into things now. So that's the thing. You will grow into that, but that's how I do it now. So I suggest starting off doing it because I wish I had it.
So we have a bird's eye view on the ones that are moving the fastest. The groups that move the fastest, those bottom 3 things there are hyper important. So when you sign a new rep up, download Boards that second, not get back with them tomorrow. Like that's part of the sign up. $29.95, either buy or pre-sale the 4-pack, but download Boards. The second thing, we learned this from Tammy Maltby on a IPA call about 6 months ago. But the second you download boards, help them make their first post. Always remember this, money loves speed. You heard Leah say it, the slower you go, the slower you make. The faster you go, the more you make. The second thing is, you never fix the start. Like that's your training. So however you train a person is how they're going to train their people. So if you sign them up, get back with them in 3 days, and by the way, it's the start that stops most people, always. So Tammy got on a Zoom one day, she was talking about her brand partners, that when she put download boards, they immediately, Tammy, who knows who Tammy Maltby is? Okay, she's like a 65-year-old, really well-kept, beautiful woman, she should be on TV, but she calls it glamour shots. Like if I sign Kristen up and she has no testimonial, I still am gonna take pictures of her holding the skinny drops. And I'm not gonna tell anything that's not the truth. Hey, I'm starting my new journey, my new weight loss journey, I'm trying to balance my hormones. Who wants to go with me? Like that could be a great first post. Or we just go right into boards and we make the first post board gives us, or both. Either way, but make them make the first post. Not make them, like if they object to it, no big deal. But help them. Thank you for the terminology there. Help them make that first post. And then show them, like Ashton and I are in our 50s. We have everybody in their 50s or above. We're all playing catch up on social media. So when she says go put them in the boosting group, well, that's like X equals Y equals P. I mean, like that doesn't make sense, and that math doesn't make sense. So show them how to go put them in the boosting group. Like, let's go put that in the boosting group now. Here's how you do it, and then they can go duplicate that. So and Talia's doing all that. She's just not done a lot of training in front of the room. I just wanted to, not trying to overtalk, but good job. Okay, then you do this very, very well. Love on them. Love on your new brand partners. And then finish it out. Sorry.
But the last thing I'm going to talk about is launch parties. I had my first launch party. I think it was Valentine's Day theme launch party. I remember that. Jennifer did come. She was my only person. Okay, that puts the fear of everything in you. When you're waiting on cars to pull up, ain't nobody coming. But it doesn't matter because the one person that shows up, they will come back. Now, Jennifer was there right there and she was ready to go within 24 hours. But her experience says it all. I loved on her for months prior. She's my neighbor. So it's easy to love on her. But some people want that love from a distance. So I was pushy at times, but not every day. Some people need lots of love. But whenever she did come, what that did to my confidence was boosted, just like it's going to do for all of my partners. So now that I have a team growing on my own, what I have learned is that I have Candace back there. She's a partner now of mine. And I told her last week, all right, we're going to get in your living room. Was I kind of forceful? Yeah, because we are going to. Within the week and a half, probably. But the thing is that she's moving boxes now in our area. She now is growing her own team. She has some partners of her own underneath her. So now is the time for her to launch. And then maybe next month, her other partner, after she learns a little bit more, she's going to launch too. So those are very important. I didn't know that when I first started. I just thought, this is just a launch party. What is this going to do? But it's going to change everything about your business, everything about your personality, and everything about what you know. From then on, that one person that you sign is going to let you know that, hey, she's on my pay line, but she's now my sister in this business. We're a team. So the launch party is huge. Make a flyer, get it out there, personal invitation. I'm really big on this because at our last meeting, I think we had 6 people show. That was huge to me from going to 1 person to 6. So personal invitation only is all that I did on my last one until prior to. And those people see that I was engaged in them. So personal invitation is fantastic. After you make the flyer, personal invitation, and then you just give the time. But don't set it out too late. Todd always says this too. Don't put your time out there. A month from now, we have a launch party. A week. Hey, this is Monday, Saturday, we're having this. This is Monday, Thursday night, we're going to have this. Because people will make excuses, they'll plan other things. So that's what I learned from my launch party. And we're gonna have another one soon.
Okay, so once you get the launch party, you got your people working boards, what does that do? It starts creating people in your business and a team. So, I'm getting Carla up here. And she's gonna be inviting a couple of her team members. But I think she does a great job. I know she does a great job because I am in her group messenger, and it fires all day. Notifications, notifications, notifications. Like while I'm working, it's like a constant ding, 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 with Facebook Messenger, and they call themselves Team Elevate. And it's constant. They are always talking to each other. And I think, whether it's a heart, a light, they're always positive. So I think she's just wonderful at the team building and staying positive and keeping momentum going. And I really feel like they're just all, I don't know if they all knew each other beforehand or not. You would think they've known each other for years. Now I feel like I've known some of them for years, and I literally just met them like a month ago. So she's just gonna talk about team culture and keeping the positivity going, because sometimes you do get frustrated. Sometimes you get down or don't know where to grind. So turning it over. This is my first cousin too, by the way.
So we really are, a family. So you've heard it said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I'm gonna cram in 150,000 words in less than 10 minutes because we gotta go fast, right? So Todd says I have to hold on a second. So I'm gonna go slow and I'm gonna scroll past this stuff right here for just a second. And be ready when he's ready. Am I ready? Am I ready? No? Okay.
We have to have sound for her, and that doesn't have sound.
So I'm being complicated. I didn't mean to be. What I wanted to be was motivating. I wanted you to know a little bit, a glimpse of what it looks like to engage for a year. Because you can dabble, you can choose to post a little bit here and there, and you can let life get in your way, and you can dabble. But if you dabble, your paycheck will look like you dabble. So you have to decide, you have to make the commitment. And it's been a little bit less than a year since I made a very serious commitment to stop being left behind. I have been in this business. I've had an ID number for about 11 years. And so don't in this room assume that I'm a failure because it took me 11 years. Because I'm not a failure. I'm just maybe a slow grower. So somewhere in your downline, if you have a team, you have a slow grower. Don't count them out. They have just not flourished. They've not blossomed yet. So here I go. I'm going to show you a little bit of my last year. And the beginning of this isn't in the last year. It's a little bit before that because I told you I've been here a while. We're going to have music. All right. There we go. Now it should be sound. So we'll see. Maybe it's going to play. No sound? Okay. Either way, I'm going to let it play. And the song that's playing right now, if you were on my Facebook page, and you can go there, is The Climb. And if you have ever heard the Miley Cyrus song about the climb, she's just talking about that there's always going to be obstacles that get in your way, that things are going to happen, but you just have to keep going. And so this is me. That last picture you just saw there was right before the Super Saturday last year when I made a decision to start trying. And if you notice in these pictures, you've seen some of the people that are in this room. Not all of my friends are able to be here today, but most of them are still engaging. And I believe it is because of that love process that Kristen was talking about, because I did decide that I wanted it to be about them I wanted to make other people feel what this business had given to me, what these products had given to me. So, oh, there it is. So here we go. All right, so we're gonna go up, the beauty of Facebook. All right, so here's another one. So that only got you up until about, let's see. So here we go, fast forward to our last event. And I actually had people that joined me. That was the first time ever. I was not alone at an event. I had people with me. And it started to fill my cup. That ripple, that event made a ripple in my friends. Yeah, we all knew each other. We were friends. I had been telling people my story everywhere I went for years, but I was dabbling. Don't dabble. Get in there. Go to your event. Go be trained. Go to your upline. Invest in you. You are the greatest investment of your entire life. It is not a waste of time. You want your cup filled? Show up. Now, here's what I really am supposed to be telling you guys about. Life's going to kick you in the teeth, and you can't quit because they're not going to keep putting money in your account if you're not working, and neither are your people. They'll quit too. So you can't quit because you don't want them to quit. This happened. So we got one more. So here we go. This is the end of it. We are better. Partner go. This is our motto. Ironic, it was one of the songs in my wedding. I believe that we are better together for 15 years, if you ask me and my husband. But all these faces that you're seeing, this is the wake. This is the ripple that I created by investing in myself a year ago. Lots of these people are in this room, and hopefully the ones that aren't are on the Zoom, because they should see that they are a part of my puzzle, a part of the pieces that make me me and make me better. And I hope that I'm able to make them better too by being a piece and a part of their lives. I believe that we are better together, that the people that you meet change you and make you better. Believe in your leaders, they believe in you. Believe in people like Susan Frank. She sat and was the most genuine person with me, poured into me, asked me hard questions so that I grew while I was there. That's what the Bahamas is to me. It's challenging myself. It's being in places I never imagined myself being. It's having a leader that believes in me as much as I believe in me. And I want you to know that you can give this to somebody else, that you can make them feel special. You can make them feel empowered, and that these efforts are going to affect your life in ways that you can't even imagine. My leaders told me that if I would invest in me, they said, we believe you can do this. In fact, Todd Rowland told me he believed I could be a star, superstar, I think was the words he used. I've heard him tell other people that too. But God can't make you a superstar, only you can. So if you don't show up and you don't post and you don't tell your people to do the same thing, then you're only selling you short. You're only shortening your abilities. So I don't know where I'm going to be next year at this time, but there's going to be a slideshow involved because I'm going to be standing here and I'm going to be telling you what it did for me. So right now you can see that a year's worth of effort created a big, giant ripple in my life. And I believe that if Kelly and Faith are supposed to come up here and talk with me, they're going to tell you about staying positive and what this means to them as far as growing a business. Kelly is absolutely growing a business. She's becoming a superstar all on her own. And it isn't a competitive thing because Bethany already told you she didn't join my team. And she is one of my great friends. She joined Kelly's team. Come on. And Faith Pay, you can come too. We'll just stand together and we'll let Kelly talk and you and I'll stand with her. So Faith Pate is another one of our friends, but Faith isn't on Kelly's team. She's on her sister's team, which is on another one of my legs, and we all live in the same town. And we all are working together nicely. And I had to grow and learn in that area too. So it's okay if you're a little bit like the Grinch, because your heart's gonna grow. You're gonna grow. What does he say? I can't remember, but watch the Grinch, because you'll grow and you won't even recognize yourself. You'll grow outside your borders. You'll grow outside your bubble, and then your bubble gets bigger and you get to do it again.
But Kelly's team is part of Carla's team. So she really did join Carla's team. Faith is on a different leg. She's still Carla's team. Some may say, oh, that's competition. No, in my mind, the difference in me and some people is I see that that's validation. We have a lot of the same friends. I make a post. They're like, oh, that's great. It's working for her. It might not work for me. They see my friend's post. Oh, it's working for her too. I mean, we're in it together. She may get me customers. I may get her customers.
They share
It's just
boxes.
how it works. And we do. Desperate times. I was trying to get those drops back. No, but I had no intentions of building a team, because I didn't feel like I could do for somebody else what Carla had done for me. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't think I could help them like she had me. It took me a while to even get my first brand partner. It took me several months, and I wanted them to get a discount. I wanted to help them out, but I was still kind of leery because I didn't think I could help them. But when I got to that point, it's like, okay, I'm gonna start slow. Now it's kind of booming. I'm still trying to keep it where we're growing together. We're trying to help each other out. We try to coordinate when we are putting people in so we can help get them all to Ultimate, because I feel that if they can get to Ultimate, they're more likely to stay. It's even if they don't do anything right away, they engage later. Carla got me to Ultimate. You saw the pictures earlier of my foot. That is when I joined. I was down, wasn't doing anything. Well, I was trying to work from home. My computer I live where there's very terrible internet service. So she popped over real quick, went over it with me on my couch. I didn't really understand what Ultimate was. Her and Miss Sheila, I placed a couple of 4-pack orders because I split boxes with my aunt. No intentions of selling, building a team. But her and her mom got me there. And then now, January, I start engaging. By her getting me there in September, October, I can do more now. So I think it's important to pour into your people, help them, show them the benefits. I'm getting excited because I see faces that are on my team. I have a team. And it's crazy. I went from no, I do not want a team, to I want the best team. I want to do what I can for them. Sorry, ladies, I'm still lacking, still learning. Thank you for bearing with me. But I'm going to pass it over to Faith.
I want to start out with scripture because that's the person I am because of my upline. I can't believe that I'm standing here without my upline, because I got my upline, but my upline is my sister. My sister is 3 years older than me, and she's my rock. She's always been my rock. We've got through so much together, and she saw me struggling. So Proverbs 13:4 says, lazy people want much, but get little. But those who work hard will prosper. So that's where we're at in life. I'm not calling you lazy. I'm calling me lazy. I knew where I was. I knew what was going on in my life, but I was too lazy to hey, step up and do something. But, you know, the rock I told you about, Charity Beecham. I called her this morning and I was like, I cannot believe that you're going on vacation without me. I'm talking in front of all these people. What are you doing? And her words were, you got this. I'm going to be watching. I see you. I know you're there. So she made me step up. I was battling all kinds of stuff, health-wise. On January the 31st, she said, you're doing this. And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, yes, you are. Your older big sister, here's your box. It's $150 out of my pocket, and you're doing it. And I was like, define me. Okay, fine. I'm going to show you your drops don't work. Boost forward to now. I'm down 26 pounds. My husband, who is videoing, so I can show my mom. He is only down 2 pounds, but in the same time frame. But the shirt he has on today, I bought him as, hey, you'll never get in this shirt kind of thing. Well, only down 2 pounds, he's in that shirt. So we do mowing, we do a lot of this stuff, but find your inspiration. Find your Charity Beecham. At church the other night, they were talking about Moses, and Moses is a great leader. And Moses had Joseph. Well, Joseph could not have been Joseph had he not have had Moses. So Charity Beecham was a Joshua that become my Moses. Carla is a Moses who was a Joshua. You've got to find your Moses and become Joshua so you can lead others out of their place in life that they feel they're stuck in. They're not stuck there. They just haven't found their Moses to help pull them out.
All right, I'm gonna invite Edie and Dana up. I don't know if Allison is here or not. We talked a lot about business. And I'm bringing 2 nurses up who take care of people. And these are 2 nurses that believe in the products. And in the end of the day, that's what we have. We have great products that build this business. And I just want you to hear why they chose Partner Co. as the reason that they're sticking with the products and why they love to use them. Isn't Dana?
Hello, Dana. I started products last year on July 28th, 2023. That's an important date to me because it's the 10th anniversary of my company. And instead of out celebrating the 10th anniversary of my company, I'm sitting at my desk crying because I felt horrible. I have autoimmune and I was sick and tired, feeling sick and tired. And I didn't feel like doing anything. And I was fat and miserable and hurt. And had a lot going on in my life. Lost a grandbaby. And we just, I was stuck. And I was on a lot of medications. And I just felt bad. And there ain't no other way to say that. I just felt bad. And I saw several people posting about hormone drops and happy drops. I thought, you know what? I don't have anything else to lose. And so I didn't know Chelsea, but I messaged Chelsea and I was like, I want happy drops. She was like, well, okay, when do you want them? I was like, now. Are you home? And so I literally left and went to her house. I didn't know that her toddler was in his here. But I was sitting in her driveway and gave her a quick blurb of my story. I left there with Skinny Drops and Renew and Moa. And In a week, I had not lost 10 pounds. And I was mad, because I really thought I should have lost 10 pounds. I'm not serious. Like, I'm texting her, like, I lost all that. And she's like, okay, I'm going to have a reality check here. And so, in a month, I still hadn't lost 10 pounds. I lost anything. And so, I called her, and she's like, okay, let's go and find Kristen. So I sent Kristen all of the very expensive supplements that I was taking from a holistic doctor, 22 supplements. She went through all 22 of my supplements, 21 of the 22 $1,200 supplements that I was taking were toxic. I had something toxic. And I truly trusted my provider. I don't think he was trying to kill me. I just think he wasn't educated. I said, well, what should I do? Kristen said, throw them away. I said, okay. So I did. I threw away $1,200 worth of products. I started on the optimals because I had to replace all the stuff. I started on the optimals. I started on the Rejuvenex. In another month, I had lost some weight. I was down 2 dress sizes. Labor Day weekend, we went to Charleston, South Carolina. I walked 19 miles in 4 days. I had all 19 miles in 4 years. And it was like 100 degrees every day. And I'm the product queen. I mean, if y'all saw my house, you'd be like, she's crazy. I tell you,
Delivery today.
yeah, I delivered to Kristen today. Everybody knows if you're out of something, call Dana because I have products. I mean, I literally, I take a lot of products because I believe in these products. I would give up a lot of things before I would give up my products. I mean, I have a protein shake every morning with a lot of supplements. I have a protein shake every night before I go to bed with my greens, my probiotics. I'm not giving any of it up. It has turned my life around. My cholesterol this time last year was 301. It was 199 at my last physical. That's still high, but it's down over 100 points. My 80, I've got both of my parents on this stuff. My dad was stage 3 kidney disease. So he took this for 6 months. Went to the nephrologist who was gone down to stage 2 kidney disease. So what did my daddy do? He quit taking the supplements because he got down to a stage 2. So he was fixed. So he went back for his 3-month checkup 2 weeks ago. Guess what? He was back up to a stage 3 kidney disease. Doctor said, I don't know what you changed, but you need to go back to whatever you were doing. So yeah, he's back on all the supplements. So we're going back down to stage 2. These products work. They don't have the fillers. They're natural. They don't have side effects. I feel better now than I felt 20 years ago. I never would sit up here in something that was form-fitting a year ago. I've got confidence now that I haven't had in a long time. And business-wise, I'm a different person. Personal-wise, I'm not. These products have changed my life, and I'm a firm believer in these products. And so, if you've got any questions about any of them, I can tell you about the products. But they are good stuff. And I will tell you, if you've never tried the burn, like, if you ever get hooked on those, I'm telling you, they're like that. They're like, so I brought Edie in, who was one of my long-term friends. We've known each other for years, and she didn't feel good either. And so I got her started, and what can you tell me what her doing?
Well, when I saw Dana's post on Facebook about how much better she was feeling, I noticed how great she was looking. I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to do it too. And she didn't have to talk me into anything. Actually, I was just like, well, if that's what I need, then get it. If that's what I need, then get it. And I was just like, honey, I'm going to need the whole card, you know, all of it. And he's been so gracious because I'm like her. I take almost everything. I don't use the rapid fuel because I don't think I need it. I have so much energy, and I don't need it. But I never tried it. So
I'm a burn addict. At work, they make fun of me because they think it looks like a Bud Light can. It used to remember. So I have to have it every day. I don't drink coffee. I don't do caffeine. I don't crave sugars like I used to. And I was a chocoholic and a sugar addict. I made pies and cakes and everything else, but I was showing that I was making pies and cakes all the time. I'm an excellent cook, and everybody in my whole family was showing it. So me and Benny, we've lost some weight. We've kind of gained some weight back. We've kind of gone back and forth with it, but still, we love the drops. I feel amazing on the drops. And one of the reasons why I was so intrigued with Dana was because I know that she had gone through autoimmune, and I had as well. My autoimmune was really weird. It was undiagnosed, so it was really hard to treat because nobody knew what to do with it except throw steroids at it. Well, steroids blew me up like a balloon. And I don't think it made anything any better. Not really. I just felt worse. And so when I was always learning, searching, growing, trying to find out, like, what should I take? I've been right there with her. I've gone to GNC, and I've gone here, I've gone there, and just spent a ton of money. I don't even know how much. I go everywhere with my drops. They're in my purse right now. I have my little baggie, and they're with me all the time. I remember going on my first little trip, and I was like, can I take all this stuff with me? Can we put all this on the, will all this go on the air, in the airplane? And so I learned how to travel with it all. So, and we all do. When we went to Panama, we were like trunk full of stuff.
I just got back from Jamaica and I took a mini blender with me.
I literally take a backpack to work every day. It looks about like that. And it is full of my snacks, my burn, my MOA, and my Noni. I take everything with me to work whenever I go. And if I go on a trip, it goes with me. I just don't go without it anymore. It changed my life. And I don't want to be that person again. I want to be better.
All right, well, we have one more speaker, and I can be bossy to him. I told him to keep it quick. I'm gonna introduce my dad. He can come on up. I guess I get to say, we saved the best for last. My dad joined this industry when I was either a sophomore or a junior in high school. So, I mean, I feel like I'm like a network marketing kid. Like, I've watched the industry not just like change. I had actually wanted no part of it because it used to look so hard. It would be gone for days at a time, nights at a time. Drove lots and lots of miles. Now we are so spoiled. We get to do Zooms. People are tuned in right now to Zoom. So that honestly changed my mindset to want to work the business because it's not near like it was when he first started. So, anyways, no further ado. Dad lives off residual income. He wakes up with no alarm. He does very little throughout the day anymore, and his checks are very nice.
She doesn't know what I'd be doing today. It's not necessarily what she wants me to be doing, it's not what she wants, what she thinks I should be doing. But yes, I don't get an alarm clock, but that's because we work in the afternoon meetings. So I've been working this way for a long time. I know you hear, I got a quick question. I'm gonna keep this to less than 2 or 3 minutes. So I want you to just think about a couple things. How many of you believe products work? I don't think there's any question here that we know we have 100% just heard from 2 nurses. So that's not the question. I've seen too many life changes over the past 12 years. This is not a question with these products. I don't care if you're talking about Limu. I don't care which brand you're talking about. We're partner company. And the brands we have are absolutely life changing. I will turn 68 in less than a month. I have leukemia. I have no medications. Are you hearing me? No. Oh, that doesn't mean I have nothing wrong. It means I don't need anything, any prescriptions. I'm living life better. But more importantly, I didn't join for this product. Many of you here, probably 98% of you joined because of the product change. I did not. I joined for one thing only. That was the residual income. I joined for the business side. Comp plan was amazing. And I knew, I hate to say it this way, I didn't care what we were selling. I figured out a way to make it market. I could sell it. The question was, was it good? And it was. The question was, comp plan good? The most thing I want you to understand is that every one of you, I did not want to do this industry. Well, how's that good for it? Motivational. I did not want to be in this industry. I owned a manufacturing business. For those of you know, we're employed over 400 people. And I lost that company when our government decided we needed something called the NAFTA agreement. So I didn't really want it. But here's what I've noticed. People that succeed here have two things in common. One, what Carla said. Carla said she pours into her people. I got news for you. The people, when it becomes about we, I text this to Christian probably about every other week. When somebody's struggling or they're not doing good, it's not about, it's always about them, not about us. I was that person when I joined this industry for the first 2 years. It was all about what I want to be the boss. Can't be the boss here. You got to be the pusher. You got to help people. You got to pour into them to make them successful. That's your first tip. Help your, I don't care if it's one person on your team. You need one. There be one to get, that's a team. Then you get two, you got community. But you're going to find people that quit. And every time I've ever seen anybody quit, it's an old saying. How many of you ever seen this old saying? Pointing your finger at somebody, there's 3 points back. Right. Everybody that quits, everybody points the finger at the company's didn't do this. Company didn't do that. Company sold skincare. We don't have skincare no more. Okay, we'll sell some skincare. It's always about the problem, not about the solution. When the truth is, I would tell you this in everything. It has nothing to do with network marketing. Look in the mirror. The problem is you. You don't want to admit that. We talk about people doing consistency. And I hear, who has to sit down? Carla had all the talent in the world, couldn't get her to do it. You think you can't get your team to work? She's my niece. I probed her along, I love on her every time I saw her. I will show you the picture of my before and after. I lost 52 pounds, by the way, since January. You know why? I didn't dabble. I made a decision on January the 2nd for some main reasons that I was going to get healthier. And I've dropped 52 pounds. If I'd have had any idea how much better I felt, I'd done it about 10 years ago. But instead, I waited till some dramatic things happened and I wanted to lose weight. The business, though, is the same way. Everybody that does, I watch it for 23 years now. People that make it, and what's the difference in them? One thing, they pour into their teams and they don't cut corners. They don't dabble. They do what it takes to make it happen. And when I was telling Linda, I told Linda today, how many of you ever made yeast rolls? So I'm one of these loves a challenge. So my Sunday school class was cooking for a Christmas dinner, and I made a decision to cook yeast rolls. My mother, Granny, made the best yeast rolls we've ever had. And when I told her I was doing, she said, "You've agreed to make yeast rolls for 100 people? You've lost your mind. I can make them for 20. You've never even done it." I did it. But you know what I did? Listen closely. They thought I was a genius, how good I was. You're the best cook ever. Never done them in my life. I followed her instructions exactly. Not barely. She told me to do this. I did. She wrote it out for me. I wrote in details. Those yeast rolls were phenomenal. But I got news for you. Had I not, you know how to make yeast rolls? Anybody know what's the most important ingredient? The yeast. What's the smallest ingredient? The yeast. So when people tell me they're not making any money here, it's usually always the same. They're either not pouring into the people, they're not posting. They want it to happen without the work. See, they want this to be not work marketing instead of network marketing. Right? Or they want it to be the lottery ticket. And see, what you see is me come up here and talk about how much yes, I'm retired. And yes, I make lots of money doing this, nothing. But it didn't happen in a year. It didn't happen in 2 years. It happened over multiple years. And I struggled, I almost quit. But what I knew was what I was going to go back to was never going to pay me what this could. Because I met this football coach that was doing good. He wasn't that smart. So I knew it was all about effort. There's one thing I learned. And I said, all you got, he said, you just got to do what I do. I'm like, he ain't that sharp, so I can do what he does. What I didn't know was, well, you missed Todd was very coachable. Very coachable. And he had some real top leaders.
Tell me your life story.
Oh, about going on the plane.
Start with us sleeping together at Super 8.
Todd, we did not sleep together. What you said, we slept together in Super 8. That is totally inaccurate. We shared a room. Okay, the reason was because we were so broke. So folks that don't know, I lost over $8 million in the boot business when NAFTA was signed. So I was pretty depressed. When I found this industry, I was a bounty hunter. It did not fit my personality. But Todd and I, he said, I'll agree to help you. So I didn't know how important that was. I just thought he was being a nice guy. He was going to help me. No, he saw something in me that I was desperate. I was hungry. So he went on the road helping me work. Like Kristen said, we couldn't just do a Zoom. So we drove up to multiple places. We shared a room in Jackson, Mississippi. Yes, it was a Motel 8. We could save $20 each. We'd share a room. We both learned we snored very loudly. It didn't bother either one of us. And no one else could have slept in that room. I assure you, it doesn't bother me somebody snoring. I sleep through a hurricane. It don't bother me. But Todd wants me to tell you what happened was, so I had a neighbor that I tried to share my original. I was with one company for 12 years and it went out of business. So important, this company's solid, but we went to another whole thing. And so the long one, so I shared the business with somebody. You know what he said? Oh, you're in one of them things. How many times you been told that? You ain't been told it enough yet, because I've been told more than you have. But here's the point, what do you decide from it? I decided that wasn't going to change. I was going to keep working because I didn't have to know why. So many of you have something to fall back on. Edie's a nurse, so she go back to nursing. Minnie makes big money in his, I don't exactly know what he does, electronics business, but I call installation. So he does well. So we don't have to do it. It's easier to quit when I didn't have nothing to fall back on. So long story of it was, I had been made fun of by multiple people that were successful. It really frustrated. I didn't even want to tell people I was in network marketing. I just said I was in this marketing company. I'm in sales. I was embarrassed. I ain't embarrassed anymore. I don't care what they think. I don't really care anymore. Here's what happened though. So these people that made fun of me, time had happened. Things got better. We got into what is happening now in this company. Not quite there. And the company went into momentum. So about the 6th or 7th year of that business, I went from doing good to doing real good. I mean, let me say that. I don't know what your classification of real good is, but I'm saying there was 2 digits in front of the comma, and it wasn't barely over. Okay, so that's good per month. That Todd had 3 digits in front of the comma per month. And so I bought a new Lexus, and it happened to be in North Carolina. And so I told Todd I bought this Lexus. I had driven a worn out Suburban forever with tail damage because I didn't have any money to buy something. So all at once I was going to spend some of this money on a car. So he said, hey, if you'll come to North Carolina, I'll send you a plane. I'll send my plane for you. Really? I'm saying twin engine turbo, seats about what, 9 people? Something like that. So he sent the plane for me. The funny part is his pilot's name's Todd as well, so it's easy to remember. But I'm in the airport here in Jackson, very small. The guy, he called my thing, was working night shift at the airport. He was the clerk guy. He said, there's no planes tonight. I said, yes, there is. He said, no, there's just a private plane coming in. I said, yep. It was pouring down rain. And he said, it's coming for you. I said, that'd be correct. He said, what are you doing these days? I'm still in that thing. I think I need pro. I didn't even acknowledge that he had any interest. I said, listen, I'm still in that thing. And he said, really, I love Todd, the other Todd. I like this one too, though. The other Todd, pilot, though, I didn't realize it was for sure. I thought that was the plane. So I think that's the guy. Todd gets out of the plane, pouring down the rain. He has to run in. He's like, I use the bathroom. He has an umbrella. I hate to say I did this, but bad. He carries the umbrella and holds it out so I don't get wet. And I let that go on so that guy could watch me walk while the pilot tells me about it. When we got the plane, I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I just had to do this. That guy explained the story. He just thought it was funny. He didn't care. And then we outrun the storm. But see here's the point. I would never had that moment had I just decided I can't do this. And I didn't do the little things, and I didn't stay the course. And by the way, see how many years did I say that was? About the 6th or 7th year. And for those of you working 20 hours a week, like Kristen said, she's putting into it part-time. I was working 60 a week at it. At least. I figured a half a day was good for anybody. And even 12 hours didn't matter to me. That's half a day, right? You know who gave me that lesson? I was on an airplane beside a guy one time. I don't know why this came into my head. There was a guy sitting beside me and said, find something you love, work half a day at it every day. And you never have to work a day in your life. His name was Kemmons Wilson. Y'all know who that is? Got a little bitty company he founded. Didn't know that at the time. It's called the Holiday Inn. He was on the plane beside me. I was cool because I was in first class. I finally got upgraded. He was flying because he could afford it. The difference was, I thought was interesting was people talk about, everybody talks about how we get on the top so good. He thought I was real successful. I was just trying to get by at the time because I was broke. But he didn't know that. He said, when I built my first Holiday Inn, I had my electricity turned off at my house because I couldn't afford to finish it. So we were living in one of the rooms because we didn't have any power. And he said, I told my wife I was going to build 10 of these. And she said, Kemmons, you can't get the first one finished. He said, she was right. I didn't build 10. I built 60. Before we really got going over the next 3 years. What's my point? He didn't think anything about being negative. He didn't let the naysayers drop him down. See, I had naysayers all my life. People told me the blue jean business wasn't going to work. So all I will tell you is, you got a formula. You have a formula. We've never had a formula like this. But if you don't follow it and make sure you put the yeast in, and what I mean by that is every ingredient, the way it's taught, don't tell me this don't work. I'm so tired of people saying, it won't work. It don't work. No, it works. You're not doing the system. Have you seen anybody that did the system? You want me to the boat? I always want to talk. Yeah, I live on my boat most of the time. So life is good when you don't have to worry about what things cost. So what did that ain't even the big deal. You should show what I did. What I did this last week. So people ask me, why do I keep working? Why do I enjoy this? So my granddaughter will turn oldest granddaughter will turn 16 next week. So guess what she carried home with her the other day? Her Mercedes. I gave her a Mercedes-Benz for her birthday. Now, some people told me, what's funny? A lot of people, you spoiled her, you shouldn't have done that. That's ridiculous to give her 60. You know why they say that? Because they can't afford it. It's against the rules if they can't afford it. But they can afford it, it's okay. If they can't afford it, then you're spoiling your grandchildren. Sorry, I will spoil my grandchildren. Just so you know, I hadn't told Kristen. Caroline's already informed me she's getting a black Mercedes convertible when she turns 16. She if you bought Coral one, you got to buy me one too. Yes, ma'am. She's been learning from her mother well. So all I want you to know is that it's not about the money, it's about the options. And I used to think it was about the money, but the money causes the options. Does that make sense? All I want to encourage you to do is one thing. Don't let somebody steal your dream. That's the biggest problem people have. They allow someone, don't get your financial advice from broke people. You know, I've never been laughed at by millionaires when I'm doing, not one. Even my not the brother-in-laws I had calling them the wrong idea, but I can name other brother-in-law who's not here. They're always giving me, you got lucky in the blue jean business. No, there's not luck here. It's effort, time, effort, consistency. See why? Weight's the same way. I just didn't have any interest. So I took 50 pounds off. Why? Consistency, and I did what it said, the plan. Okay? Unfortunately for ladies, you have to be really strict. Guys can get away with a little bit less. But in the business side, no, you can't. In the business world, you got to do recycling. I said, you really don't know what you're setting in. I'm going to finish with this. Momentum is a rare thing in this industry. You don't know what it is, but unless you've been around this industry long, you might have. Because you've been around when Lehman went in this moment. We were another company in the moment. When it happens and the system is in place, you'll get excitement. This meeting, Carl and Kristen, when their first Super Saturday, we were about to get 20. Oh, you pulled up the picture. So there she is. You think she's a happy girl? You know where she just got back from? Not only did we buy her a Mercedes, you took her to New York for 5 days. That was part of her 16th birthday. She'd been planning it for 2 to 3 years. So her grandmother took her to New York. I don't know who she likes the most. She'll remember I gave her a car. She gets to drive every day. We both will be something for a memory. But here's what I want you to understand about everything. Is do the system and give it time. And if you're not getting where you want to be, talk to that person who sponsors you. And guess what? Just so you know, my sponsor and other company quit. Guess what happened to their sponsor? Quit. And what's funny to me is those same people that quit tell me I got lucky. Nope, there's no such thing as that in this industry. Yes, you can be fortunate to have something good happen. Be fortunate somebody goes to work on your team. But you didn't do that because you didn't do the effort to get there. Be consistent and remember, a real business takes time. Problem is, people want to get in 6 months or a year, think they built a massive business. My Blue Jean factory didn't make a penny for 3 years. Yes, we had sales, but didn't make any money. Be consistent and start thinking like a business owner, not like an employee. If you can do that, good things will happen. Guys, we'll hang around as long as you want. It's amazing what's going. I appreciate all of you here. It's been a great event. We're way over time. We know that. I hope you got some nuggets. If you didn't, the most important thing someone said to you today, if you don't know it, if you want to be successful here, you have to. And I'm guilty because I'm not building anymore on the IPA call. That IPA call, I'm convinced, Todd would probably say this and agree with it, it's probably the biggest, most amazing training call. Did you realize we don't charge for it? There's not a fee. How many times you've heard training for business come out, charge you $100? How much does it cost? Free. Yet people won't take advantage of someone. And success leaves clues. And you got people on there, the most successful people on there. Listen to them every day. Yeah, you may miss a day, but you'll learn some tips and the nugget that'll help you. The secret sauce will help you. They won't get you to where you want to be. Time and consistency will. Thank y'all for being here. If I can help you out, y'all hang around and visit. I don't have all the answers. I don't even know how to build a system. I don't even know how to download boards. You have to. Oh, you're wrong about one thing, by the way. One thing you need to know. Honestly, if I always for you, yes, I still help my team. But there's a point comes when it becomes so big, I don't even know who the teams are anymore. When that happens, then you've got that residual income because I paycheck. I should have quit years ago. But my paychecks are up 30 and 40%. I ain't done nothing. I was in time to talk to Todd. I had one of the biggest paychecks I had last week in 3 years. Why? Because they didn't quit. I really hadn't quit. I just hadn't worked. Does that make sense? Show up. I still cash the checks. That's working, right? I just not goes directly in the account. I still use my debit card. So I know it works. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. We appreciate your time. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend. The next 6 months are going to change. Many of you over the next year will hear different stories about the financial change of that. So thank you. Anybody got a question for me? What are we doing? Done?
Yeah, yes. Orlando.
Hey, I get to say we're done. Didn't save the best for last. Don't have a great day.